you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me what you have in your mind. All right. Let's take chapter 52. Verse number 1.
Salam, doctor.
Salam. What have you got now today?
One question, doctor. Wait a minute. Salam, doctor.
Salam.
So, doctor, you might have seen the election results yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, very much.
Bearing this in mind, how do we, proceed?
Proceed where? What?
There is so much of fascism growing, and it is causing a severe dent in confidence of people.
So much of fascism is growing around us.
Yes.
So much of protection and blessing and benevolence is also surrounding us. Which one you will weigh against which one?
Always blessings. Count your blessings.
So what more you want?
But there is so much of unease among people, right?
For a believer, where the question of uneasiness when Allah is so close to you, so near and dear to you, for those who believe and those who stand steadfast in patience, those who praise the purity of Allah and His word, His
Doctor,
promise come true.
yes, Alhamdulillah. This reminds me of the ayat of Prophet Yusuf. Yaqub. He tells his children that I complain my suffering only to my Allah, and I know from Allah what you do not know.
That's right. Allah is giving to His bondsmen His word, and His bondsmen appreciate it, take it to their heart, and stay blessed all the time. Nothing touches them as evil, a tiredness, a weakness in their iman. They are not debilitating. They are not shrinking in their belief. So Allah is so close to them, even if the world is against them.
Okay. But there is some uneasiness, doctor. So how to counter that?
Build up your iman. How come there be uneasiness when you are a believer in the Almighty power?
Yes. But adversity does touches people, right, doctor? Like
For
Ayyub
those,
alayhi salam.
for those who are with Shaitan. And Ayub alayhi salam says, surely my Lord, Shaitan has inspired, whispered evil into me.
Yes, he does say that.
So if we say by the inspiration of Allah, where is the whispering of Shaitan touching you with uneasiness? Of course, we are all human beings. Shaitan will play a dual role also. As if he is so good to us, he will pull our legs. Right.
Right, right. There is a verse in Quran, doctor, which says that they are in doubt of meeting with their Lord.
There are a lot of verses are there.
So, is that we? I mean, many of us, you know, who are in doubt of this.
What do you mean by they are in doubt concerning meeting the Lord? What do you mean by that? What is the meeting?
They don't fear Allah and they don't, proclaim that Allah is one and He is the one who will take all care and He is the Almighty.
And without his taking care, you are surviving today.
They feel that maybe that's the reason.
No, don't worry about them. Let's talk about you.
Talking about me in that sense.
Without his taking care, without his word promise has been all around you, protecting you. Do you think that you are safely living through this moment?
No.
That is the meeting of the Lord. His Lord's word, his promises have come true. This is the time you are meeting with your Lord. All the time you are peaceful in spite of so much of perturbance, doubts, chaos, fear. Still we are maintaining some calmness.
Yes.
Allah's words are true. That is meeting with your Lord. Meeting the promises of your Lord. His Lord is the truth. Do you get it? Every moment of calmness is meeting with your Lord. Every moment of displeasure, uneasiness, meeting with your Lord. If you take your remembrance away from Allah, Shaitan is the one with whom I will connect you. Thereafter, no inspiration, only whisperings of Shaitan.
Yes.
So in both ways, we are meeting with our Lord all the time.
Yes. Doctor, there is a which says that they ask you about the and it is a command from Allah and
They ask you about
the soul, ruh,
okay, yeah,
and that it is a command of Allah, and
that's right.
you are but not given from the knowledge but a little.
So what's your question? Definitely we know what is our ruh, we know what is our soul, but a little of it we know.
I lost.
You do not know exactly.
So what is soul, doctor, then?
Soul
We
is
do
the
not
word of
have that
Allah.
knowledge about it.
Soul is the word of Allah. Where you feel, you sense, you feel the word of Allah, the caution, the admonition, glad tidings,
Okay.
not a pass of a moment. We are living through, except by His word.
Okay.
Whether we believe the word or not, we are inspired. That inspiration keeps us going.
Okay, doctor. Alhamdulillah.
But we are saying that we are managing.
Yes.
That's where we are disconnecting with Allah. Now Satan comes into play. Yes, we are managing.
Always like that. Shaitan comes
Good.
in.
Now we won't be like that hereafter.
Inshallah. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
So your part is over now.
Alhamdulillah, doctor.
Now let's take chapter 52.
Okay.
Hmm.
Chapter 52.
Yeah, beginning.
Chapter 52. Atur.
So
I
what do you
swear,
mean?
I swear by the mountain.
What is that?
I don't know, doctor.
What do you know by the word mountain? So easy.
Large mass of rock which is stable, which cannot be, tilted or anything. It has mighty power, and they always are in obedience to Allah.
It has got tremendous natural wealth.
Yes.
It gives the sustenance. It gives you the river. It gives you the water. It gives you the falls. And there's abundance of cattle and the various kinds of fruits, all fresh, and they live longer. And every sustenance is fresh, flourishing, and that is rooted on the ground so that the earth will not shake with you.
Yes. It's
So
in the land.
by the Tur, firmly mounted, so what does Allah want to say by that?
That we should be like that.
You are safe and steady.
Alhamdulillah.
There is nothing in shortage for you. And you have every splendidness around you. There is no scarcity for your sustenance and bliss of your life. You can mount it as you wish and at will. And there is safety for you. And there is loveliness for you. And there is liveliness for you. And there is calmness for you. Do you have to scale that mountain? really physically so strangely to receive all this?
No.
Go to next sentence.
And the book written.
Yes. And their book well inscribed. What is that book?
Quran.
The mountain will come to you. You don't have to go to the mountain. All blessings are with you. Everything will come to you, provided you abide by the book. So the book is inscribed in your heart, which is more powerful than the mountain on the earth, which steadies the earth, affirms and reaffirms the steadiness of the earth, that it not shatter. Your heart will not shatter because the book is mounted. For those who believe in the book, for those who follow the book, and that is the book that's good for them forever. With unshakable faith and belief, there's no question of them being surrounded by any indiscrepancy that happens around them as evil to terrify them or to shake them even a little bit. Right?
Right.
So whatever you ask about the results of the recent 5 state elections, is got nothing. It's only a test for you how much you believe further, how much you stay by the book. The book says evil will be erased from the earth and the good things will be affirmed as mountains. Which one do you believe?
Subhanallah. Evil will be dead and good will prevail.
Sorry. Okay. So, and
Doctor,
yeah, book inscribed.
Yes. When listening to you on these verses, it seems so, simple and so good, everything. But, like instance, yesterday I was, uneasy, anxiety, how things are. So,
How
what
things
does
are
this
moving around you as only a test for you
Yes,
or as a reality?
it's only a test.
So what's your question now?
My question is,
I will pass the
listening to
test.
you, everything looks so calm.
I will pass the test.
Okay.
And I will stay by the righteousness. I will stay by the word of God. The truth will prevail. And the fake will perish.
Okay.
The more and more I stand by the mount and what's inside in my heart, I don't have to worry about what may happen if the evil things that is surrounding me is going on unhindered.
Yes.
So there's no question about that, no, hereafter.
Inshallah, doctor. Yes.
By Allah, not inshallah. Allah will love it. The way we are reading, the way we are espousing, Allah will love it. Not if Allah likes it willingly.
MashaAllah.
Say mashallah. Right. So, by the book inscribed, by the mount firmly perched, and by the book well inscribed, and it is well described, well detailed. The more you think, the more details of the inscription you'll get. In righteousness and in its upfrontness. Yes?
Alhamdulillah, doctor.
So always think right, yes? Always think in an unprecedented atmosphere of appreciation in the right direction. Allah is there to receive you, to revive you, to refresh you, to replenish you, and make you on top of every evil that happens around you by His leave as a test for you.
Glory be to God. Alhamdulillah.
So it is well written, well inscribed. Why should He inscribe? Unerasable. Why it is unerasable? It keeps giving you the meaning after meaning after meaning. According to the situational development of the
Yes.
same event, multiple meanings, multiple meanings. Each one will supply you with enough iman, with enough grit and grip. You will never loosen your iman. Belief is always strengthened by the time. The time is by the fractions of moments.
Sure. Alhamdulillah.
So the inscribed one will never be erased because it gives instant meaning by the fractions of moments. So one meaning you get today, this moment, this fraction will be diverging and far-reaching the very fraction of the next fraction of the same moment.
Alhamdulillah. Yes, doctor. It does happen like that.
So the people will say, you keep giving explanation after explanation, one revelation after another revelation. You keep inventing your meaning. That is the classic nature of Quran.
Meaning upon meaning, meaning upon meaning.
Yes.
And all the meanings, at that particular point of time make sense and they don't contradict.
They can never be failed.
Alhamdulillah.
In any other scripture, any other verses of any book, one meaning, that's all.
Yes, that is currently the problem of Muslims going by the hard written rules. Okay, this is the one meaning and that is the only one.
We don't have to call them Muslims.
Yeah, so-called Muslims.
Don't even have to call them Muslims.
Yeah, the people.
Forget about those who possess the book, they don't use it.
Yes, and they are of the worst category.
And so the results are only a grave test for them. They're all crestfallen now,
Yes,
and we don't have to worry about them. Next, so is a well revealed
in an outstretched
book,
fine parchment.
well revealed, outstretched, nothing is hidden there. All right,
Right, doctor?
and by the frequented house. What is that frequented house? Every time
The
you
heart.
are bogged down by your spirits, low spirits, you want to gain momentum to have the highest position where you will not suffer any destruction of mind. You will not suffer any less enthusiasm in your mind. You will not be suffering any like down spirited, downheartedness. Always elated and enlivening in your spirit. That is the status where I want to stay all the time. The superiormost level of my calmness and quietness I wish to be all the time. Is it the need for everyone?
Yes, doctor. Everybody should actually, aspire to be in that position, right, doctor?
But how many retain that thought in the mind?
That is a question, right, doctor? But when you are getting that, then everything other than that should not matter.
Does not matter at all.
But we do come back to the worldly life again and again.
But what is your need? The
That
highest,
calmness and peaceness,
the highest level of life or the lowest level of life?
highest level of life.
The highest level of life is yet to come. The lowest level of life you're already living through. What's the point in thinking about the lowest life?
Yes, no point.
So always look forward to the future, never of the present or the past. By the
Okay.
mount, by the mount,
Yes.
keep mounting up. And to a certain extent, God has given you a better life in this world for some time. Without allowing you to go through the miseries of the present world. He gives you the abundance in this world. Not everyone is crestfallen. Not everyone's life is pulled down to the down-spirited nature, but there's always a balance. Some are elevated in position that they think they are upon a superior level and they become boastful also.
Yes.
5, 52:5.
5. And the elevated canopy.
Now you understand a
Yes.
temporary elevation,
Yes.
like a canopy, like a beautiful protection, and they think that they never will fail in the world, and the whole life for them is well secured.
Yes.
Now Allah's warning comes.
And the
Because of your
swollen sea.
pride, the tumultuous sea. What is that tumultuous sea?
Our ego,
What happens now with the ego?
punishment will happen.
Your water is disturbed.
Yes.
Every creation is smooth and shining and flourishing because of water.
Yes.
Without water, there is no single living being on the earth.
Yes.
By the tumultuous sea, the earth is survived by the sea. Without the sea water, earth is barren. 90% of seawater is essential for the 5 to 10% of land to survive.
How so, doctor? Because that is salty water, right?
Pardon?
The sea water is salty, not usable, right?
There are sweet waters in the sea.
Okay.
Anytime Allah separates the sea water and sweet water, it's well inscribed in Quran. All right,
All right, doctor.
there is sweet and salt and bitter. So without water, no survival of any creature.
Yes. No doubt.
Actually, for the human beings, you need sweet water. For the earth, you need salt water.
Yes. Mostly water coming from the earth is a bit salty always.
So without water, the earth cannot survive. So 90% of water is required for 10% of land to survive, upon which human beings and all other creatures live.
Yes.
So by the tumultuous sea, the whole earth will be shattered. And before the earth gets shattered, your mind will be in total disarray. The steadiness will be lost. The smoothness of its function will be lost. And you will be anxious and apprehensive. And you will like to extinct your life. And
Okay.
most of the deaths occur due to fear, due to apprehension, due to anxiety, and suicidal tendencies. And genocidal tendencies, the killing spree. Every evil of Shaitan will be unfolded and unfolded
So there is this genocidal tendencies also.
because of lack of water, because of our ego, because of our pride, because of our arrogance, because of our failure to remember the well secured and best place where we should reach up to. The more we stay away from the remembrance of Allah, the worse will be our status far down.
Yes.
Our willingness to stay on top of every evil will be ebbing away.
Okay.
So, do you understand?
Yes, doctor.
Good.
Doctor, your video has gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand stage by stage?
Yes, doctor.
By the
Alhamdulillah.
two.
Yes.
Now 7. This is the time
Most
your
surely the
promise,
promised.
yeah, the word of your Allah will happen. You are going to meet with Allah, which until the moment you were free from reckoning.
So that will be a bad thing, right, doctor?
Very bad thing. Those who fear God, definitely they will not be let down to such an extent, to such levels. So fear God all the time, aspire for the higher position from your present position. Keep interpreting, reinterpreting. That's the reason why we are going slow and steady. Next time when you read these 7 ayats, you'll have a new interpretation.
Subhanallah.
The more and more you have interpretations, the better will be your positions on top of whatever you aspire to be without your knowledge.
Subhanallah.
None is there to stop it.
None. Nobody can.
And when your doom comes upon you, the heavens will cleave asunder.
Heavens will what, doctor?
The skies will cleave asunder.
Okay.
On the day the heaven will sway with circular motion. That means you will be swooning.
Okay.
You will not know where you are. Your
Okay.
heart will be swerving. You will be thrown up and down. You will be tossed here and there. There's no single line of thinking in your mind.
Okay. Like
You will
like
be insane.
yes, like when you are ill, your head swirls like that.
Oh, that is physical illness. I'm talking about the mentally.
Mental. Yeah,
You are
mentally.
thrown. Mentally, you are thrown around, all around. You will never be in a single place.
Doctor, here I remember a verse where I don't remember the verse number, but where Allah says, "He will fold the heavens in His hand." So is
Yeah.
this similar to that?
No, that is different. That's different. What we are now reading is different. All right. We'll come to that later on
All.
when the time arrives.
Okay.
So let not the skies and heavens swerve and sway and cleave under center when our hearts will be into pieces. We will not be sitting like this as a one form individual. And the mountains will be dispersed into dust.
Yes, doctor.
So there's nothing that you'll be having to rely upon. There's nothing that you can hold upon. That is the faith. There's no hopes for you for your living, leave alone surviving. A momentary life with steadiness is not possible. Think about your plight.
Yes, doctor. It will be the worst scenario.
So the mountains will be lost, and the book that is inscribed will be erased. What's your position now? Upon which
Only hellfire.
those who are belying the word of Allah, woe to them on that day. That is the meeting with your Lord.
Alhamdulillah, doctor. Alhamdulillah.
So anybody wants to ask questions in chapter 52 from 1 to 11.
Doctor, what's the meaning of THUR?
Which ayat?
52:1.
Which is the one?
THUR, what exactly is the meaning? Yeah,
Tur.
it's
Tur.
mountain.
Tur
Tur,
means
okay.
mountain. By
Mountain.
the firmness. By the firmness.
Okay. That's the Arabic word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing is so firm as mountain.
Yeah.
And even that will be blown to dust on the day.
Mhm.
That particular person alone, not for the entire world.
Salam, doctor.
Salam.
As I am seeing these verses which are nothing but warning of Allah to mankind, isn't it?
Yeah, every
And
single human being.
promise and warning. Now, what I understand is those who have already submitted to Allah and those who are already fearful of Allah and leading their life in humility, these words do not matter because they already, are full of gratitude and are very eager to please Allah. So, for whom are these verses? Because it is those with such humble heart are eager to listen to the verses of Allah. Now, when these warning type of verses we hear, the question comes, who it is meant for? Because I definitely wouldn't want to displease Allah, and I definitely wouldn't want to ever have any pride.
Now, chapter 52:1. By the mount, for those who believe, for those who do not believe. All right.
Yes.
For those who believe, it is more steady. The mount is more firm. The mount is wealth producing. The amount is more blessed. For those who do not believe, things are to follow. Okay?
Yes.
52:2. Well recorded book, well inscribed. They give revelation after revelation. for those who believe. And for those who disbelieve, it is shrinking, it gives no meaning at all to them, and it gives a meaning in the opposite direction, and mostly it is boring to them. They cannot even dwell into it, and what is more evident, superficially also they cannot understand. Two distinctly different understandings for the believers and non-believers, right?
So we basically come to know of the attitude of disbelievers.
Yeah, and the believers now, since you asked the question.
Hmm. Yeah.
For one, it is elevation, for another person, it is downgrading. And that has been well revealed, well clarified, well espoused, well classified, and they abide by everything, those who believe.
Hmm.
Those who do not believe, they hear and they forget. Even while hearing, they partly understand the righteousness of it, but they mostly understand the opposite of it. Even as they are hearing, they don't believe. In every single verse of Quran, there are two aspects for the believers and non-believers. And 52:4, upon the highest level will be seated, upon the lowest level they will be drawn down between believers and non-believers. Are you getting the meaning?
Yeah, I'm certainly getting the meaning. Now the question that comes in my mind is what matters to me is the good news from Allah. So only, which I've experienced so multiple of times. So I am more and more duly grateful and want to abide by as many acts of gratitude Allah inspires in me.
That is chapter
Now,
52:5.
Yeah.
52:5. By what you have been elevated, by the humility,
Yeah.
by the submissiveness, and by what you are downgraded, by the arrogance and the insolence.
Okay.
And the seas are smooth for you. You will be more and more watered plentifully. And your life's existence will be more meaningful and more lively, giving life energy to so many people while you are living on your own, all by Allah's grace. And surely upon the believers, the blessing and favor will abound. And surely upon the disbelievers, the torment of your Lord will happen. 52:7. None can stop your elevation. None can prevent the degradation of the disbelievers. Clear?
Yeah. So the realization is this book, if a disbeliever is not even heeding to it, so for us, it is like if we read about it, we are tempted to judge others as disbelievers, and indirectly that makes us judge others rather than for heed and remain humble. Sometimes it happens like that.
A person who is humble will not judge others.
Hmm.
You only seek forgiveness for them.
Absolutely.
If you think there's something wrong with someone, seek forgiveness. Don't be judgmental and put him to hell. And your heart
Yeah.
will not swerve, and your
Now,
skies will be steady for you. Yeah.
yeah, from this, in that case, I got one more understanding. The sheer magnitude of warning which Allah is giving, and in our humility and compassion, if we see arrogant and proud people, we can only feel with better way of negotiating to seek forgiveness for them, and our behavior will certainly not be judgmental. Our silence and yeah,
But one of seeking forgiveness for them.
yeah,
It's more of an empathy. Is it, doctor?
Yeah.
yeah.
Empathy is the right word.
So we will
And-
never have any hatred or disregard for anyone.
So great. So hereafter, when you are reading Quran, take two extremes of meanings. One meaning for the disbeliever, another meaning for the believer. And only when you take that, we know where we are in between. That settles your answer, Saifi.
Yeah. So we definitely understand now that the other understanding is promise. Same verse gives you promise, and same verse gives you warning. Warning for you to have concern for the disbeliever and seek forgiveness. So
Very
it
good.
will enhance our humility more.
Stability more.
Yes,
Humility more and stability more in the right direction.
yes.
Any more questions? Keep reading from 52:1 to 52:11 again and again and again, and take the different interpretations as Allah keeps giving you, inspiring you.
Doctor, this boiling of the sea is what we have seen last 2004 tsunami. Same thing happened in individual person also, right? The boiling of water
Yeah.
as individual person and
Yeah.
the physical world also, earth also boiling up.
Here, the sea is boiling here.
Exactly opposite is calmness and peace.
Good. This is boiling here, so you simply say, I'm unable to stomach it, it's boiling. You will commonly use it, no.
Yes, sir.
And you will also say, it's very tumultuous in my heart. Tumultuous in my heart. Waves after waves. I am unable to bear the brunt of the attack of the waves of thoughts. Huh?
Yes. Thoughts over thoughts.
Yeah. These one word verses of Quran should have tremendous impact when you start thinking in the name of Allah. But it is sufficient, no?
Yes, doctor.
Alhamdulillah. So,
This is Vidya.
yeah,
Vidya, sir, how for this verse, how we can surrender to God and ask for forgiveness. So to keep up our heart strong for this.
Vishwas, that's all.
Okay.
You want it? No.
Mm.
The Vishwas, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is something. That is something. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every wish is surrender, ma.
Okay, doctor.
And keep up that wish. Stay surrendered. Without your knowledge, you will be elevated. When you are surrendering to your wish, don't entertain anything else that's happening around you, much against your wish.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Salam.
Salam, doctor.
Salam to all of you.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, thank you, doctor. Thank you,
Salam.
sir.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor. Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam to all of you. All of you, salam.